Hello, I'm Evan Nolan, the president and co-founder in the United States Athletics Hall of Fame, here with a first-time nominee for the class of 2024. Gawky, nerdy, bespectacled, and very, very shy. George Lawrence Mikan Jr. was born in June 1924 in Joliet, Illinois, the child of the proprietors of Mikan's Tavern. Now, to think that Mikan would grow up to be one of the greatest athletes of the first half of the 20th century seems incredibly far-fetched, particularly since he shattered his kneecap as a child and spent the better part of 18 months confined to a bed recovering. Mikan originally actually wanted to be a priest, but changed his mind and instead in 1942 enrolled in DePaul University in Chicago as a 6'10", 245-pound freshman. Now, the coach at DePaul was Ray Meyer, the legendary coach who was actually in his first year. He later go on to coach DePaul for over 40 years. But he saw Mikan walk around campus and convinced him to join the basketball team, despite the fact that Mikan had never played an organized game of basketball. Still, Meyer believed in Mikan and changed the clumsy raw giant into a basketball revelation. He took him through a whole bunch of training, which included basketball, of course, but also jump rope, boxing, and even dancing in order to make him a better all-around athlete. And it worked out better than Meyer could have possibly imagined. Mikan was a 3-time All-American at DePaul and twice was the NCAA Player of the Year. He would also lead DePaul to the 1945 NIT Championship, which at the time was a more prestigious championship than the NCAA tournament. Oh, and Mikan was also so good at blocking the shots as they're on the way down or almost into the basket that basketball actually changed the rules and created the goaltending rule just to combat Mikan. Now, after college, Mikan signed with the Chicago Gears of the National Basketball League, which was a precursor league to the NBA. He played for one season there, averaging 16.5 points a game as a rookie. But the Gears would fold in the offseason, and there would be a dispersal draft, with Mikan ending up in Minneapolis with John Kundla and the Lakers. In his first year at the Lakers, he would lead the league in scoring, becoming the only NBL player ever to score 1,000 points in a season. The next year, he would win the league MVP and lead the Lakers to their first title. The season following that, the Lakers would jump with 3 other teams, including the Pistons and the Rochester Royals, who are now the Sacramento Kings, to the rival Basketball Association of America, or the BAA. Now, he'd lead that league in scoring as well, setting the single-season record, and the Lakers would defeat the Baltimore Bullets for the BAA title. The BAA and NBL would combine the next season to become the NBA, and Mikan would be its first star. The Lakers would win the first NBA title in 1950, with Mikan leading the league in scoring at 27.4 points a game and in the regular season and 31.3 points in the playoffs. The Lakers would also pick up the titles in 1952, 53, and 54 as well. And the only reason they didn't win in 51 is that Mikan broke his leg, but taped it up and played through the pain, still averaging over 20 points a game. But eventually injuries would catch up to Mikan. He actually broke 10 bones during his career, most of which he played through. And he would retire after the 1954 title. He would make a small comeback during the 1956 season, but would retire for good at the age of 31. At retirement, he was the NBA's all-time points leader and the first player ever to score 10,000 points in his career. His number 99 is retired by both DePaul and the Lakers, and he would be inducted to the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame in their inaugural class in 1959. Appropriately nicknamed Mr. Basketball, the AP would name him the greatest player of the first half of the 20th century. You can vote for George Mikan or any of our other nominees at www.theusahof, that's theusahof.com. Voting continues between now and we close our polls on November 1st, with the costs being announced sometime in November. You vote as much as you want, as long as it's only once a day, so please vote, and I'll be back again soon with another nominee. Take care.